where they all grew up.
Right.
And the sugar house right over behind it.
Yes.
And then we had the little sugar house further up the road, and then take the left hand, turn up the hill.
Yes.
So everyone had a job, and some people out by cooking in the kitchen, right, Mom?
Yes, right.
Because everyone had to eat and keep them going, so making meals was a big part of it.
Yes,
Three
three
big
full
meals.
meals a
Yeah.
day, big breakfast, big lunch, dinner.
And then, you know, you had some extra help, so you had to feed them too, and most people fed and boarded them, right?
Yes, oh yes.
During the whole season.
Extra
Right.
meals,
Yeah.
extra laundering, and
Right. They were all great.
inside.
They had.
Kinda became part of the family, which is a lot different than today.
Yes.
You know,
Right, yes it is.
Just meet any of the guys that were.
you know, and
Yes.
Yeah, and they still, you know.
They
Yes.
still are in
Yeah.
contact, right?
yeah. And they worked hard, you know, so like some people today are kinda lazy. They don't
No.
like to work hard.
If it was a day like
You know?
today in sugaring, when it was cold, they'd be out cutting wood. Just that
Right.
they weren't busy and the staff wasn't around.
Right.
They were always busy.
Prepping for it, right, because.
As your mom says, they were always hungry. So they had lots of work inside.
What did you do with the syrup?
Well, our family obviously used some right there, but then they sold it. Sold some in bulk barrels and sold some
Mostly
in
in that
bags.
bulk would have gone to the co-op.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think there was much competition because that co-op was set up by the local people.
Right.
Brought it over to a main dumping station in Cambridge. At a market full.
It was
I
great.
think you wouldn't look for another market
No.
because this was
No.
part of your.
As we grew older, there was some mailing of the individual gallons in all
Yes.
this.
Right.
Yeah, developed that market we just started.
Yeah.
Now, would the syrup go by train from Cambridge to wherever it would go,
Well,
or?
I don't know as we're in a position to even know.
We're a part of that.
Yeah.
No, I don't know how they.
Because we would have gone to those meetings.
Right, right.
Right.
What is one of your sugaring stories from when you were younger?
How good it was. I remember going into the sugar house and we would bring along these tin cups they were, and they were part of a thermos bottle. I remember they were conducted the heat there that readily because we liked to go get it right from the
Syrup draw?
yes, they were. And so that would have been hard to, this tin cup. So we'd take it outdoors and set it in the snow, and it would thicken up a little bit too. So rather than have that hot syrup. It was either good hot. I remember Harold was the one that you could drink it almost right out of the
Oh, yes,
evaporator.
right. Kept us going.
If you put it in the snow and let that snow pack around it, it seemed to make the syrup thick.
We'd all have our little niche in the stone walls around the front.
That's
There was a
right.
place for that little cup and
Right.
fill it with the cold.
And you knew whose it was.
It sounds now
Yeah.
so sweet that
Yeah.
a whole cup of syrup and be back for another one.
Yes.
So,
Maybe we burned it off,
Yeah, I think probably.
we did.
but it was good.
Tasty. It was a lot of hard work, but it didn't seem like work because we all did it together and it was fun.
Right. That's what I was going to say, it's that time of year that we all were working for the same cause and particularly everybody kind of captured.
When we were in high
Perform.
school, a lot of the boys that were in high school might come out and be working in the sugaring too, and that was fun. And our older brothers were in high school, their friends came out.
Yeah,
So
I remember
It's a lot of
kids
fun.
in my class came out, kids that I hardly, pass the time
That
of
they
day with.
went out.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Some pictures of them, maybe I could recognize them if I could take that look out.
And when I was
to go and get the horses ready in the morning. I remember my brother Bob taught me to go in, put the bridles on the horses while they were in the stalls. With the harnesses on, get them harnessed up and ready for the day.
Right.
Talk to them as you know, I knew that was part of it.
Oh, yes, it's important to let them know you were there.
Right. And then kind of a fun competition too, when we had days where buckets were pretty filled, we'd try to see who could gather the most loads in a day.
And when we were in school, we would go through the sugar woods on our way to school,
Right.
and then on the way home after school, hurry to get home so you could get out and start being part of the
Get off
team
your school
team
dogs
again.
and get ready to work.
Yeah.
Most people coming home from school, it was as we were coming home from school, that our brother Francis was right there. I almost think he was happy. Do you remember Terry when he was going? Then we got home and
Yes.
mother told us.
Oh, I remember coming home through the woods being called Ellen. What takes it up, or nothing all, honey?
Well,
Take it up.
but yes, but he didn't tell us.
No.
We were running like Dale to get home, so we kept the clothes changed and go back. So then, anyway, Michael had been born that day.
That was in 42, so that was a big day.
Right. 40s were good years.
And, what do we have today, girls, that probably everybody takes for granted that they didn't have when grandma and her sisters were growing up?
Cell phone? You mean to tell us?
No tractors.
No tractors.
And, oh yeah, like cell phones, no phones like between the home and the sugar house. There was no way of getting any messages
Yes.
except running out.
Yeah. Did you hear grandma electricity? So that meant, like, if you were gonna boil when it was dark, you had to make provisions. You couldn't just turn on the light switch and expect there'd be light to see what they were doing.
Okay, no
Lanterns.
lanterns.
And for that reason, I think a lot of people tried to boil earlier in the day as well.
Oh, yes.
Like some people today wait until later in the day or evening or night to start, but it wasn't that way before because it was just so much harder in the nighttime to do what you're supposed to be doing.
You're right.
And
strictly
it took
daytime,
longer
early
too,
in
of
the
course,
morning.
with the amount of water that was in it.
Kind of hard to see to go to the brook if the moon isn't out.
Besides, Dad made us feel very important if we could help him.
Oh,
And
yes.
actually, a little that we did, but we knew that it did help.
Yes.
Just the company, he didn't have to
Right.
plow around at midnight by himself.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, girls.
Well,
It's
yes, you're welcome.
interesting the changes that have taken about since.
Yes,
Mhm.
it is, it's very interesting to see them now.
Shall we give these girls a grade to pass, bring home to school, to bring back to school?
I'd be afraid then they'd grade us.
Well, I take a chance. You both deserve a good grade.
Good job. Good job.